So just a point for further thought and discussion later on. So let's talk about why can multi-factor authentication be difficult? Because if this was easy, we would see multi-factor authentication deployed in every single company, and it should be very simple to actually deploy. So let's talk about the challenges, and let's talk about how to overcome those challenges. I would split the challenges into 3 buckets. At the bottom, what you see is the foundations. When you want to choose multi-factor authentication for your users, you need to choose a factor which is appropriate for the level of security you want to achieve for a given resource. So there is no one size fit all, right? There is no, we need the most secure factor for everything. That doesn't make sense. When a company chooses a multi-factor authentication, an IT team needs to tailor the level of security of that authentication form factor to the sensitivity of the crown jewels or the IT resource that is being accessed. When we talk about multi-factor, one of the biggest problems is we need to deploy it to more than one environment. That's another challenge. How do we choose a factor or a token or an authentication mechanism which could actually work with many IT resources? And we'll get to that in a second. A second category of challenges is how do I make it easy for users to even start using multi-factor? How do I onboard these users? How do I enroll them with tokens and with credentials for those authentication factors? And a third category of challenges is that factor that I choose needs to fit into my work environment, and I need to manage change so my users actually adopt multi-factor authentication and adopt it in a way that is secure and healthy for my IT organization. So I'll give you an example. It would be brilliant if anyone could use a corporate phone in order to use a push app for push authentication, in order to MFA into any IT resource. However, what if you are, and I'll give an extreme example, working in a lab, which does not allow you to carry a phone? I had customers which are working on an oil rig where you, for reasons that are obvious, safety reasons, you cannot carry a phone onto an oil rig. But think about even a more simple use case, which is I am working in a call center, I am not allowed to use a phone. I am working in a job where I am not willing to use my personal phone for a corporate app. So in that scenario, you may want to consider a factor which is not a phone. And we can go on, but going back to basics, there is no one size fits all.
Please subscribe and check out more content from us.